Hello. If I'm easily distracted, it's because Kitty has decided to join me, and sometimes she be chaos. As many cats do. So, I know this is a child craft, but I also know that I don't care. I've decided that I want to make paper pals of Sunny and Moony, and you can't stop me. So that's what's happening today. So I did my best to try to make it so everything was going to be paper, as it is supposed to be a child's craft, and I am kind of at least vaguely following the things. I tried to keep everything limited to what they would have in the thing. I've already cut out all of the papers so that I don't have to try to do that on here, because that would just waste more time. Moony is really the one in which these get to happen on. And I'm starting with Moony because he's the one that's going to take the most amount of time and effort. Mostly via my own accord, but hey. So, to keep everything kind of on the same level, we also have craft glue. I don't think they actually have glue that you have to use in order to stick the paper on, but something has to be sticking the paper on, and I assume that something is probably craft glue. And instead of painting all of the pieces, I just used colored construction paper, because that seemed to make more sense to me. I have it, why would I not use it? Should we start with the hat? I feel like I should start with the hat. I wish to start with the hat. I've decided I'm starting with the hat. Actually, I should probably start with gluing this blue spot of the eye to this white eye so that it has a chance to dry. Because these are buttons, and I know for a fact that craft glue does not work exceptionally well holding plastic to plastic. It works fine holding paper to plastic, it does not work well holding plastic to plastic. I am just going to use a little bit of Gorilla Glue. I know that goes against the thing that I just said, but I would rather it actually stay in place when I put it there. That looks roughly center. You can go over there and dry. I've decided instead of using paint for this tiny detail, I'm going to use a marker. Because I assume they have markers in the daycare. It would be weird if they didn't. And because I always give Moony 2 little yellow stripes on the bottom of his hat. And it feels weird to stop doing that now. Since I want his hat to move, I give him hat one of these little things. So that him hat can move. Do 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 na 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 da na 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 da 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 na 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 do 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 da na 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 do 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 doodly 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 do do doodly doodly do 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 na 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 da na 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 da 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 na 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 do 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 da na 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 do 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 doodly 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 do 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 doodly doodly do 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 do. Yeah, the sequins are almost exactly the same size as that, so that actually looks more intentional. Yay. Now you can come over here. And I'm not concerned about any white sticking out. They are still supposed to be paper plate pals. Like, part of the idea is they're made out of paper plates. And this part would have definitely been easier to do painting it and then just putting the paper mask over it. But also, I don't have time for that. Or patience. And quite frankly, I have all of this colored paper, and I may as well use it. It's kind of where I'm thinking at. I may as well use the ridiculous amount of colored paper I own. This one I'm going to put this side. Boop-a-doo. And again, paper plates sticking out is fine, because again, they are still supposed to look like they were made out of paper plates. Your smile's a little bit bigger than I thought it was. This is why I didn't put glue at the tip, just in case I had to snip. There we go. But actually I feel it kind of works better because it looks like he's not quite smiling, but a little bit, because he's supposed to be the tragedy mask. So that makes sense to me. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly 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 doo, doo doo. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly 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 doo, doo doo. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly 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 doo, doo doo. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly doo. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any of this on camera, but this is supposed to be glow-in-the-dark blue. So we shall see about that. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly 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 doo, doo doo. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly 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 doo, doodly doodly doodly. This one should be less problematic because, well, it's not card paper. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-ba-dum-bum. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-dum. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-ba-dum-bum. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-dum. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-ba-dum-bum. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-ba-dum, bum, bum. It is pitch black outside. I am relying solely on artificial lighting. But anyway, we have a body. It looks heckin' adorable. We have a head. It also looks heckin' adorable. I have absolutely no faith in the fact that glue was going to hold these two things together because the extra cardstock and the beads actually did make this a little bit heavy. The good news is the glue does seem to glow a little bit, so I'll probably include photos of that in the afternoon. So while I know it is against the rules that I have set, I have chosen to staple it. Because this is fairly heavy, right? And this is fairly heavy. And I know, at least when I was a kid, Elmer's glue did not work very well on anything with, like, any amount of weight to it that was more than just, like, here is a piece of paper. And, like, here are some buttons. So, I'm going to assume that's still the case. And I'm going to use staples. Because I really don't feel like doing the waiting and arguing with it to actually do the thing. I am going to add his mouth bits, though, before I do that. Because I did mean to do that after the glue dried. Option 2. Tape. Which honestly probably should have been my first option. But we're going to use this Gorilla Tape because Gorilla Tape will actually hold this together, I hope. That this doesn't have to look great for an extended period of time. In fact, it doesn't really have to look great at all, but it doesn't have to look good for an extended period of time. Right, we've got Gorilla Tape on it now. Not that you can see it, Gorilla Tape is clear, but we have Gorilla Tape on it now. Alright. So again, I know using Gorilla Tape goes against the thing that I said where I'm only going to use things that you would probably find in the daycare, but I also have this weird sort of sneaking suspicion that they make the base of the paper pulse for you, and you just add all of the extra bits, because that's how it is in the mini game. But yeah, we now have a Moony. I'm going to have to stand in order to show you him because he is kind of weirdly huge. A Moony. Moony. I love him. I actually weirdly enjoyed making him. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy doing childish crafts. There's something kind of freeing about the idea that the thing that you're doing isn't permanent and is literally not meant to be permanent. And so you can just kind of do it however you want. Anywho, insert pictures of him glowing in the dark here. Okay. Got that? Alright. And now, with him finished, and me absolutely loving the idea of making Sunny later. Toodaloo. Say goodbye, Moony. Bye, Moony.